More and more companies are assigning specific ESG scores to their suppliers and using them to decide who gets the contract. From carbon footprint to board diversity, ESG criteria are becoming a powerful tool in supplier selection. In this video, we'll walk through 5 best practices to help you apply ESG criteria in supplier selection, clearly, consistently, and aligned with your company's strategy. You'll see how organizations choose criteria, assign weightings, and make ESG part of their decision-making process. Let's get started. 1. Choose ESG criteria by category. There's no single way to apply ESG in supplier selection. Some companies use a general ESG questionnaire that covers environment, social, and governance pillars. Suppliers must answer and provide evidence on topics like emissions, workforce composition, ethics policies, grievance mechanisms, and more. This general assessment is used as the only ESG criterion for most categories. Other companies go further, adding specific ESG criteria depending on the product or service. For example, workforce inclusion, female, local, ethnic, or disability hiring. Carbon footprint, emissions inventory, reduction plans, or internal carbon pricing. Energy efficiency, especially for equipment or services with high energy use. Circular economy, use of recycled materials, waste reduction, product reuse. The choice depends on your company's sustainability strategy and an impact mapping of which suppliers or services have the highest ESG relevance. For high-impact categories, you might combine multiple ESG criteria. For example, for transport services, you could apply a general ESG questionnaire plus a specific carbon footprint criterion. For field operations, combine the general questionnaire plus a local labor requirement. For heavy equipment, apply the general ESG questionnaire plus an energy efficiency criterion based on estimated consumption. 2. Define minimum ESG requirements in your policy. Your ESG policy should clearly state which categories require ESG criteria and what the minimum requirements are. Some categories might have no ESG requirements. Others might have mandatory ones, like emissions data or local hiring, built into the procurement process. It's also important to align internally. ESG, procurement, and technical stakeholders should jointly agree on the criteria before each tender is launched. 3. Assign a clear weight to ESG in evaluations. Once you've selected the ESG criteria, give them a proper weight. Commonly, companies assign between 5% and 20% of the total award score to ESG. You can also split that ESG weight across subtopics like carbon emissions, workforce inclusion, energy efficiency, or circularity, depending on the nature of the contract. 4. Make each ESG criterion measurable. Vague terms like commitment to sustainability don't work. Each ESG criterion should have a clear definition, a scoring scale from basic to advanced, and a required source of evidence. Examples: verified carbon emissions or reduction plans, energy consumption benchmarks or ISO 5001 certification, diversity reports or workforce composition by gender or location, published policies on ethics, compliance, or grievance mechanisms. Use templates or checklists to simplify evaluation and reduce subjectivity. 5. Apply consistently and document everything. Once your ESG criteria are ready, include them in the RFP and evaluation templates. Apply them consistently to all bids, and link them to contract KPIs for follow-up. Always keep documentation: how scores were assigned, what evidence was reviewed, and how the weights were used. This helps ensure transparency, fairness, and traceability. Integrating ESG criteria into supplier selection isn't just a trend. It's a practical way to align procurement with your company's sustainability goals. If you're interested in more practical content, check the resources I've linked below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.